since August. Really football programs. Ironton with over 500 wins in their school history, of course. Bellaire with over 500 in their school history. It's going to be a battle today, and everyone talks about the run against the pass. Ironton loves to run the football. Bellaire loves to pass the football. But I think the key to today's game is the trenches, the line play. If Jose Davis gets his protection, the Bellaire Big Reds will win today. If they cannot stop the run, Ironton's going to be giving Bellaire fits all day.
Now, Bellaire has had a tough obstacle every week so far this season. Last week, a huge win over West Virginia Power Brook, 25-0 at Brook High School against the Bruins. And, Gino, that was a big, big victory for the Big Reds.
Yeah, and for the second straight week, Bellaire gets a win in a monsoon-type weather. A couple of weeks ago, they beat Lindsley right here at Nelson Field. Last week, another win in the rain. And it's nice to see, looking around here, that there's kind of some clouds up there, but we have some sun here today. But you mentioned two great big wins for Bellaire coming to this game. So they have some momentum right now, and we're looking for exciting things out of Bellaire today.
Now, when folks talk about Ironton, of course, that name, as soon as you hear it, you realize that's a good football program. What else can you tell the fans before we get into today's ball game?
Well, I can tell them they have a great, great football program. They brought over 2,000 fans here to this football game today. They've won 2 state titles, 1979, 1989. They've played for a state title game in Division III 7 times. They've lost 5 of those. But when you talk about Ironton football, you talk about great, great tradition. They've made it to the playoffs 15 years, I do believe, since the playoffs were instituted back in 1972. They've lost 4 regular season games in the last 4 years. They know all about winning, and I think Bellaire does as well.
If Bellaire wants to have any thought of winning a state championship here in Ohio Division IV here in 1995, this will be a great test for him here this afternoon at Nelson Field against the likes of an Ironton football team. Stay with us, folks. The kickoff is coming up next here on our News Channel 7 Game of the Week. And welcome back, everybody, to a jam-packed Nelson Field in Bellaire. This one should be a good one this afternoon, folks. The undefeated Big Reds of Bellaire today hosting the 7-1 Tigers of Ironton. As both teams take the field, Ironton will be kicking away to get the ball game underway. The Big Reds will be receiving to get things started.
And Scott, the folks here at Nelson Field have been lined up since 9 o'clock Saturday morning to get into Nelson Field. This is probably, in my time here in the Ohio Valley, the biggest regular season game I've been to. Yes, it's a playoff atmosphere. Yes, the Big Reds have already clinched, but they won a 10-0 undefeated season. Strap it on. Let's play some football.
Back deep to receive Lacondas to the far side. In the middle is Marling. To the near side is Materkoski. And we're ready for football here from Nelson Field in Bellaire. The kick from Steve Shelton is picked up by Materkoski. A wall in front of him. Materkoski with a good return all the way out to the 30-yard line. A heavy hit delivered there, but it'll be good field position for the Big Reds to start their opening drive here this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting offensive lineup for the Bellaire Big Reds. Of course, there's your line. Kinder, Seacrest, Weber, Adams, and Myers. Binga, the other tackle. Timberlake, Davis, the quarterback, of course. Roth, Mamie, and Taylor at the wideout. First down and 10, Big Reds on their own 30-yard line as the sun peeks out. Roth in motion to the far side. Davis will pass on his first play. Goes to Roth. His pass just a little bit too tall, and it falls incomplete. Here's the starting defensive lineup for the Tigers of Ironton. Frazier, White, Freeman, Bryant, Williams, and Sands. Your line in linebackers. Wiley, Barrow, Taylor, and Harmon, along with Long. Round out the rest of the defensive setup for the Tigers. And on that first pass, Gino, Davis just a little bit too tall for Bobby Roth.
Well, the adrenaline is pumping, Scott, but more importantly, he had time to throw the football.
That's going to be the big story all afternoon. Roth in motion again. Davis to throw one more time. Plenty of time to throw the ball, and he gets it away. Pass caught by Dusty Kinder, and Kinder stretches out. He'll be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark the ball. Looks like he might be just shy.
He's just shy, Scott, but Dusty Kinder may have the best hands in the state of Ohio when it comes to catching the football. But today, Bellaire has to be in third and short situations. They don't want to get caught in third and long, but not a bad effort there on third down there. It's 1 yard short of a first down, but Jose Davis is getting time, and more importantly, that's the big story here today. The guys in the trenches have to do the job for Jose. They've been doing it all year. They have to do it today.
They'll line up in the I formation this time, and Davis will throw to Kinder. He's wide open and across midfield to the Ironton 49-yard line. That's good enough for a Bellaire first down.
And Dusty Kinder came into this game with 27 catches, 8 touchdowns. As I said, he has excellent hands. Only Ben Taylor on this football team has caught more passes than Dusty Kinder, but that's a play, Scott, the quick hitter, that's very tough to defend against.
And it worked good that time for the Big Reds. They're just across midfield at the Ironton 49. The handoff to Mamie, a huge hole. Richie Mamie all the way down to the 36-yard line before he stopped a big hitter that time. A gain of nearly 14 on the inside carry from Rich Mamie.
Every time you think they're going to pass the football, they'll sneak a little run in there. Rich Mamie having a heck of the year running the football, but what a job by that line. Benji, Weber, Brem, all those guys, Jason Myers, they're coming off the football. They're excited about this football game, and so am I, Scott.
High set now, and Roth will come in motion to the near side. Davis drops back, looking downfield. Plenty of time again. Has Mamie out of the backfield. He makes the catch down to about the 26-yard line, and that should be close to another Bellaire first down.
Rich Mamie wanted a face mask call. I don't think he'll get it. He came up after that catch, grabbing his face mask. Let's take a look at the replay, Scott, to see if the defense did grab a hold of the face mask. Jose Davis back to pass. Look at the time this kid's getting. He'll pick them apart today if they do this. Did he get a face mask? Can't really tell right there, but nonetheless, Jose Davis getting all kind of time.
So it's now 1st and 10. They do pick up enough yardage to move the sticks once again. Bellaire on their opening drive of the afternoon, now on the Ironton 26. Quick inside handoff, that's to Bobby Roth. He'll get down near the 20. A gain of close to 5 that time on the first down carry from Bobby Roth.
I'll tell you what, Scott, Bobby Roth is a heck of a football player. You always hear about Rich Mamie and Jose Davis, but Bobby Roth, he had over 100 yards in that game last week in the win over Brook. Bobby Roth is a solid football player, not only as a running back at fullback, but also at linebacker. We'll hear a lot from Bobby Roth today.
2nd down and 6 now for the Big Reds on the 22-yard line. Davis under center. Roth in motion again to the far side. Davis, the 5-step drop, looking downfield. And he's got Roth out of the backfield again. And Bobby Roth will tiptoe the sideline. He's down near the 10-yard line before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Let's see where they officially do mark him out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be inside the 10 at about the 9. It will be the 9-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Big Reds on the Ironton 9-yard line, and this drive is looking fantastic for the Big Reds.
Let's make no mistake about it. Ironton is a great football team, but they have never seen an offense like Bellaire's.
Davis, the quick snap, pressured. The first time all day he's been pressured. He's going to run it, looking for a block. Gets to the outside. No, he's out of bounds at about the 2. But what a job by Jose Davis to tuck it and run. Gino, he was being pressured by 3 of the down linemen that time from Ironton, was able to get to the near sideline and then gets down it to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal, 3rd and goal, now for Bellaire.
The first time Ironton has been able to put some pressure on Jose Davis, and what athleticism from this kid. Jose Davis is a man on a mission this year. He wants those Big Reds to go undefeated the first time ever. We talk about his great arm, but he has the quickest feet in the Ohio Valley.
It is 2nd down and goal. Davis will keep it, and Jose Davis is going to score. Touchdown! And on their opening drive of this afternoon, the Bellaire Big Reds go 70 yards and get into the end zone for the touchdown, and Bellaire leads 6-0 as we await the extra point try.
The All-American town, they're on their feet. Here's the replay. Check out the block by Benny Taylor. Right there, great block by Ben Taylor, number 2, on the outside backer. And Jose Davis, Scott, you could have scored that touchdown.
You got that right.
Great offensive drive we saw right there from Bellaire.
P.J. Bomber on to try the extra point try. Bobby Timberlake will do the holding. The snap, good. The kick is up, and it is also good. And the Bellaire Big Reds lead 7-0. Going 70 yards on their opening drive of the afternoon to put it into the end zone, and Bellaire leads 7-0. Let's go down to Mike Anthony, who's on the sideline. Mike.
Thanks, guys. Talk about electric down here on the sidelines. Unbelievable. How about Bellaire's first drive? I got your offense right here, the Big Reds say. Ironton has yet to have the ball, but like you said, G, they haven't seen an offense like this before, and Bellaire comes out smoking. Back to you guys.
They are smoking, Mike, and this crowd is on their feet right now here at Nelson Field. Gino, we talked about the bus loads of people that would come from Ironton, and there are a lot of people, especially in front of us here on the press box side of the stadium, and they are sitting. The Bellaire people on the near sideline and also on the far sideline, they are on their feet, and they are fired up.
It's just a great playoff atmosphere here, as we said before. at Nelson Field. This is a town looking for some great things. They've had a tough road over the past couple months here in the All-American town. It's a town that just surrounds its football team. They thrive off the winning of the Big Reds. They give them something positive in their lives. And right now, Bellaire, as I said, they're a team on a mission. Jose Davis definitely going to lead this team to big and better things as the year progresses.
Bomber will do the kicking once again to get us back into play. Bomber with a low squib kick that's fielded by one of the up men at about the 35-yard line. So the Tigers will have good field position to begin their opening drive. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting offensive setup for the Tigers of Ironton. Bryant, Frazier, Bowen, Ford, and Freeman are your linemen. Sands, Long, Barrow, White, Taylor, and also Walton is your quarterback. First down and 10 now for Ironton on their own 35-yard line to get things underway.
And Scott, keep your eye on number 8, the quarterback, Travis Wiley. John Magistro compares him to Benji Claus, the great quarterback at Steubenville Central. He loves to run the ball.
Wiley will hand it off on the first down play. The give to Mark White. And White finds the footing tough inside. A gain of maybe 2 or 3 that time on first down. Let's look at the Big Reds defensive setup. Kinder, Weber, Myers, Seacrest, Allen, and Mamie. Roth, Lacondis, Massarelli, Timberlake, and also Taylor.
No doubt about it, Scott. Bobby Roth, Rich Mamie, the big guns on defense, but also Jason Weber and Myers. They have to come up big today. I think they will.
A gain of 2 on first down. It's second down and 8. Wiley wants to throw the football. Pressured. Has to unload it, and it's nearly intercepted that time. Ben Taylor made a diving attempt and nearly came up with the ball at about the 50-yard line. And there you see it, Gino, that pressure from the front line of the Bellaire defense.
Yes, it was great pressure, but also quarterback Travis Wiley under tremendous pressure. He's a smart kid. Ironton wins football games because they got great players. He just gets rid of the ball. He avoids a sack, almost throws an interception, but nonetheless, he avoided a loss. Travis Wiley, going to keep an eye on this kid. He can also throw the football as well. That time he made a smart decision. He got rid of the football.
So here it is now, 3rd and 8 from the 37. Wiley will throw again. Looking over the middle, has his man wide open. Hitting Troy Sands that time at about the Bellaire 45. Sands extends himself down to the Bellaire 44. That's good enough for a first down, and Sands was wide open over the middle that time as they dropped him downfield.
And Sands is their go-to man when they throw the football. He is being heavily recruited by Ohio State. He's also a great linebacker. He's the go-to man when Wiley wants to put the ball in the air.
So they move the change. It's 1st and 10 now. Ironton on the Bellaire 44. Wiley will run the option to the near side. Pitches it into the backfield. The give to Barrow, and Barrow is run out of bounds. As he gets across the 40-yard line, they'll give him about the 39. That's a gain of nearly 5, and it'll be second down and 5 now for the Tigers.
Ty Massarelli with great pursuit on that. Also, Benny Taylor. Massarelli's just a sophomore. He's been growing up all season. What a maturation process by Ty Massarelli, who is probably going to be the heir apparent to Jose Davis at quarterback.
So it's second down and 5 now. A turning clock, 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Big Reds of Bellaire. Eye set now for Ironton. They'll split 2 receivers to the far side, and penalty flags come flying. Probably illegal motion or procedure against Ironton. And that is the call, the illegal procedure from the officials. Let's go ahead and take a look at the officials here that we have on today's ball game. This is a big one, and I'm sure the officials are just as fired up as both teams. There you see your referee, Jack Prettyman, Scott Tusick, Tom Bechtel, of course, who normally joins us in the booth, and as he was, of course, in the booth for us on Game 1 here of the Lindsley-Wheeling Central game. Joe Blatt, Joe Kollern, and Dave Clutter also today on the officiating crew here at this big ball game.
And, Scott, I have some big shoes to fill. Tom Bechtel, our color man, had to work today, and if you saw us earlier in the telecast, he worked our Game 1 of our doubleheader at Wheeling Central Lindsley.
So Prettyman there, the referee. The handoff in the backfield, and a big run there again by Lenny Barrow, and Barrow gets down to about the 35-yard line. Looks like he'll be just shy of the first down. They're going to mark it 3rd and inches. It'll be 3rd and very short.
We talked about the offensive line for Bellaire, but how about the offensive line for Ironton today? They're starting to come off the football. It seems like they're settling down right now, and like Bellaire's offense, they want to be in these 3rd and short situations.
The Tigers, the full house backfield now behind Wiley. The quick handoff in the backfield. The big run going there from Mark White. White gets inside the 5 and out of bounds. At about the 2. He thought he was into the end zone, but he's knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. A big run that time from Mark White, and there you see it again. That big line for Ironton, making some holes, and White also doing a lot on his own. Here's your replay again.
Well, he's the bread and butter of this offense, this White kid. Real big, tough fullback. Look at him go. Kind of looks like Jim Brown in those uniforms. He wouldn't go down until he was knocked out of bounds by Kinder, but the Bellaire Big Reds got to tackle this kid low. They can't go high on him.
First
he won't
and
go
goal
down.
from the 3-yard line is where he's officially marked out of bounds. They'll give it to White again. He tries the middle, still pushing his way, but he'll be stopped just shy at about the 1-yard line. And you mentioned it, Gino. That's exactly what I was thinking when he was running down the near sideline. He looks like he has the size of a Jim Brown, and in those uniforms with those orange helmets, he looks like he's a member of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they list him at 6 feet, 6'1", 220, and when he gets going, he's a tough man to bring down. He comes into this football game with over 700 yards on 143 carries. He's also scored about half of Ironton's touchdowns, 15 touchdowns for Mr. White.
Talent all around on this Ironton ball club. Equipment repair right now, and I think they're looking at White's shoulder pads is what they're looking at.
He's banging some people out there. I wouldn't doubt this kid has a broken shoulder pad. He's running over some Bellaire Big Reds out there.
He's coming off to the near sideline and looks like he's grabbing right where you take the straps and you hook them up to the front side of your shoulder pad. So maybe he has a broken hook, or maybe a strap has come loose for him or something. Might even be an injury timeout.
While the Bellaire Big Reds come into this football game with some almost 2,000 yards passing, the Ironton Fighting Tigers come into this game with just under 2,000 yards rushing. So, as we said at the top of the show, Ironton loves to run. Bellaire loves the pass, although they can run. Ironton's a running football team, and every time Mr. White touches the ball, it's a guaranteed 5 yards a carry.
Number 24, Trent Carpenter, comes in to replace White from the sideline. Wiley will keep it, and he's nailed. Then his second effort, does he get in? No call from the officials, and I think they're going to mark him dead just shy of the goal line. He was nailed on the initial lunge that time, trying to get into the end zone.
Scott, keep in mind, Jason Myers, Josh Weber, David Brand, those are 3 kids on that defensive line for Bellaire that bench over 400 pounds. They are strong, strong individuals.
So it's now 3rd and goal from the 1. This is a big play here for the Bellaire defense. Wiley will hand it off to White, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Mark White goes in from 1 yard out, and it's now 7-6. And White, he was punishing on that drive, and they give him the ball and allowed him to go into the end zone for the first score.
And it's only a matter of time. I mean, they only needed 1 yard. There's a kid that averages 5.1 a carry, and you can only stop him so many times. And I guess the coin of phrase, you just have to contain this kid. But 3rd and 1 at the goal. Bellaire doesn't want to be in that situation today. It's going to be a long day for them if that happens.
Here's the extra point try. The snap, a good one. The kick is up, and it is good. So we are now tied with 4 minutes and 44 seconds still left to go in the opening quarter here from Nelson Field in Bellaire. Our score 7-7 on the News Channel 7 Game of the Week. To Nelson Field in Bellaire, 7-7 our score. Opening drive this afternoon. 4 minutes and 44 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter, as Steve Shelton will put the ball back into play. Shelton, his approach, high end over end kick to the near sideline, and it will go out of bounds. Richie Matarkowski came over to take a look at it. It goes out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, but Bellaire will probably just go ahead and take it right out at about the 35 with the penalty.
And Scott, what an opening first quarter here. It's pretty much, hey, here's my offense, try to beat it. They come up with a passing offense and the run. Bellaire, Ironton runs the football, though they had a couple of key passes in that drive, but here's my offense, here's your offense, try to match it.
It's going to be like that all afternoon, I have a feeling, folks. 2 teams here with definitely good offenses. And not to say anything bad about the defenses on these clubs, but folks, when you have the talent that both of these teams possess, things are going to happen. First down and 10. The quick drop that time by Jose Davis, throws it to the near side. Timberlake is intended receiver, and the call is incomplete pass at about the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Big Reds on their own 35.
Scott, Jose Davis came into this game just 133 yards shy of breaking Scott Woods' record for passing yardage in a season. Jose's numbers: 129 completions out of 211 attempts, over 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. He's having a big-time year.
And Woods, a guy who went on to have a great college career at your alma mater.
IUP.
Davis back to pass. His intended receiver, Dusty Kinder, actually tripped as he was turning in on his route. Kinder from his knees still makes the reception up at about the 40-yard line. A gain of 5. 3rd down and 5 now for the Big Reds. But an athletic move that time by Dusty Kinder. He was literally on his knees and falling when he made the reception.
Well, no doubt about it. This area has received a lot of rain over the last couple of days and the last couple of weeks. Dusty Kinder is really mad at himself, but he made a heck of a catch. He lost his footing near the 40-yard line, but he was still able to come up with a great catch. He has the best hands in the valley.
It's 3rd and 5 now for the Big Reds on the 40-yard line. Roth in motion to the far side. Davis, they're going to blitz him. He has to get it off quickly and gets it to Bobby Roth, and he just loses the ball off of his fingertips. A good job that time by Jose Davis to release the ball quickly. He had Roth, but it just goes off of his fingertips, so it's 3 and out this time for the Big Reds, and they'll have to punt the football. Here's your replay.
Let's take a look at this play. Bobby Roth, the catch he normally makes, and what a relief for the Ironton Fighting Tigers. Not too many times. I think if you ask Bobby Roth, he'll tell you, I got to make that catch. And it's still a tough catch in high school football, but usually Bobby Roth comes up with that. But how many times do you see Bellaire out in 3 plays?
Keith Frazier, the linebacker, was on a straight blitz from his position that time. The punt is a high one, but it goes out of bounds on the near sideline, and where are they going to mark it out? About the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10, and that not much of a punt when you consider that the 40-yard line was the line of scrimmage. So only a 17-yard punt that time for Bellaire.
Well, you know, there is some wind going around the stadium here at Nelson Field. I don't know if that's from Mother Nature or for all the hot air these fans are putting out here today, but certainly you don't want to put Ironton at their own 43 to start a drive.
So the Tigers on their 2nd drive of the afternoon. Full house backfield again. Wiley will keep it. Short gain of about 3 that time on the inside quarterback keep by Wiley. He gets up across the 45 to the 46. It'll be 2nd down and about 7.
And Travis Wiley showing some athleticism there. Bubba Sechrist had him stopped for a no gain, but Wiley able to juke and dance ahead for probably about a 3-yard pickup. Travis Wiley, a special quarterback. He's not a bad passer. He's such a great runner that sometimes you don't really talk about his passing game, but he's a very efficient passer, also a great runner, a Benji Klaj type player.
High set this time for the Tigers on 2nd down and 7. They'll hand it off in the backfield that time, and not much doing. As once again the Bellaire defense up inside. Kinder along with Mamie in on the tackle that time, and a short gain of maybe 1 that time on the carry.
And that play was made by Dusty Kinder. He's going up against the kid at tight end in Sands, Troy Sands, who Ohio State is looking at. Dusty Kinder just totally blew off Sands off the football to make the tackle for a no gain. Big time play by Dusty Kinder. I think he has his chin strap snapped on today. I got to get mine snapped on here soon, but Dusty Kinder, a great football play there.
It's 3rd and 8. A big down for the Bellaire defense. Wiley will throw, rolling out to the far side. Receiving some pressure from the Bellaire defense, and they've got him. Dusty Kinder wouldn't let go. Had him by the leg, he went down to his foot, and he finally, in fact, pulled his shoe off.
Great tacklers tackle football players from the knees down. Dusty Kinder, I think they fed this kid raw meat all week. Look at Kinder. He's going up against an offensive line that blows people off the ball. Dusty Kinder in the backfield once again. What a great defensive series by Dusty Kinder.
And Gino, he wasn't letting go until he had something in his hands, and that ended up being Wiley's shoe. The punt, a good one that time off the foot of Sands. It'll come down, and Bellaire just elects to allow it to bounce that time. Timmy Marling gets away from the football, and probably a smart move. The Tigers were all over him.
Well, that was a kind of a knuckleball punt, especially with the wind whipping around Nelson Field today. Getting back to that Dusty Kinder sack, a huge sack. But that time, Troy Sands, the tight end for Ironton, came off the football. He was going on a pass play, but the running back did not pick up Kinder. Offensive lapse, and that created the sack for Dusty Kinder. So after both offenses really doing what they wanted the first series, both defenses now coming up big.
3 and out for both teams on their 2nd possession of the afternoon. This is Bellaire's 3rd. 1:35 left to go in the opening quarter. Roth in motion. 1st and 10 from their own 16 for the Big Reds. Davis wants to go downfield, gets away from the tackler, still looking downfield, has Roth, but he slips. Oh, and there you see it, folks, the athletic ability of Jose Davis, something we've had the pleasure to watch all of these years here at Bellaire High School, and he just continues to amaze you every time. Here's the replay, Gino.
Okay, take a look at this play, Scott. Jose Davis is the best quarterback in the Valley because of this. He has pressure, no problem. I'll step up in the pocket. I have Bobby Roth, really not a good throw for Jose Davis standards, but also Roth fell down on the play.
Yep.
That could have very easily been a touchdown as Bobby Roth slipped behind the defense, created by the athleticism of Jose Davis.
Twin receivers to the near side for Davis. Jose wanting to throw again, has Mamie out of the backfield and threw it a little bit behind him that time. Mamie was also looking upfield to see if there was any defensive pressure, and both of those combined went into the incompletion that time on the pass attempt. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 16.
And Rich Mamie has to catch that football, though, but usually Rich Mamie does catch the football. He's having a great year catching the ball as well. 17 passes, 267 yards coming into this game with 2 touchdowns as well, but Rich Mamie normally catches that football.
They'll fake the handoff on 3rd and long over the middle. And yes, Jose Davis has his man, Ben Taylor, who makes a sliding reception at about the 31. That'll be good enough to move the chains from the 16. A gain of 15 that time on the 3rd down and 10 play.
We talked about Dusty Kinder having great hands. How about the hands of Mr. Timberlake? He leads this team coming into the game with 32 catches. Those are Jose Davis's favorite targets.
On 1st and 10, they'll hand it off in the backfield. That's Richie Mamie. And Rich Mamie gets across the 40-yard line, down at about the 42, and that should be good enough for another Bellaire. Excuse me, the 43. They definitely will move the chains.
Let me tell you what makes this play. Jose Davis on the play previous to this one had an excellent fake on the draw. It sets up the run, just sets up the pass. One helps the other. That time, a great play fake on the play before sets up the great run by Mamie. They're moving the football, Scott.
We have an official's timeout right now. They're setting the chains. And back to your point on the fake, Gino, on the 3rd and 10 situation from their own 16, when Davis faked the ball, in fact, I waited myself to see if there was going to be a back coming up through the middle with the ball. That's why I delayed my call to wait and see if Davis still had the ball. He faked me out personally.
And I tell you what, we're right behind the Ironton crowd. They all yell, draw. Mike Anthony, what do you have for us?
Well, Gino, before this offensive set for Bellaire, Jose Davis was yelling at his players down here on the sidelines. Come on, guys, we have to make some big plays. Dusty Kinder then stood up and said, yeah, that's right. Come on, guys, let's make some big plays. And now maybe it looks like they're making some plays and they've got a drive going again here. Guys?
They have made some big plays so far this afternoon. Mike, you are correct. 1st down and 10 for Davis. He wants to throw. Going downfield, he's got Kinder. Kinder catches it in stride. Dusty Kinder gets inside the 30-yard line, down inside the 20, and it'll be marked down at about the 10-yard line. What a great play that time. Jose Davis hit Dusty Kinder right in stride, and Kinder just took the ball all the way down to the Ironton 10-yard line.
You kind of have to wonder why great quarterbacks set up the great pass by great fakes. A great fake, Dusty Kinder slips behind the defense. Who says Dusty Kinder doesn't have any speed? I think he'll tell you that. But Dusty Kinder is a great possession receiver, but more importantly, he's a smart receiver. What a great pass by Davis, right on the money.
1st and 10 from the 10. Davis receiving pressure, Sands, and what a move by Davis to elude him. Eludes another man. Jose throws it to the end zone. He'll just throw it away. But what a great play by Jose Davis. Troy Sands had a direct beeline on Jose Davis. He made one quick move back to the middle of the field, and Sands was laying on his rear end.
You know what's funny about that play, Scott? Sands is being recruited by Ohio State. Davis as well has had his calls from Ohio State as well, but two guys that might become Ohio State Buckeyes chasing each other. Jose Davis is just the athlete, one of the best athletes that have ever come through the Ohio Valley. He's just a fun player to watch.
And okay, Sands may have not been laying on his rear end, but still, what a great move by Davis. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Sands again's going to try it. Davis to the end zone, and he'll throw it wide again. Pass intended that time. He had Richie Mamie in the area, but the ball just a little bit too far, and I think Jose kind of did that on purpose anyways. Once again, receiving pressure from Troy Sands, and Sands is doing the job. He's making Davis move and making him throw on the run. Folks, that's the end of the first quarter with our score tied at 7-7. The Big Reds are threatening, though. It'll be 3rd down and 10 when we get the second quarter underway. Let's take a break. back with second quarter action right after this. You're watching the News Channel 7 Game of the Week. In Nelson Field in Bellaire, just about set for second quarter action. There you see John Magistro on the far sideline with his offensive club. They're faced with a 3rd and 10 situation. Ball on the 10-yard line, so in a way it's 3rd and goal is what it truly is.
There you see the crowd. Future Bellaire Big Reds right there. Maybe cheerleaders, maybe volleyball players, who knows. But this town certainly surrounds this football team, the Bellaire Big Reds. It's a love affair. It always has been here in Bellaire. What a great place to come watch a football game, Nelson Field.
So it's now 3rd down and 10 for the Big Reds. And where the chains are marked, they can apparently pick up a first down just inside the 1-yard line. So the ball is just outside of the 10-yard line.
Look for Dusty Kinder here, Scott.
Split backfield. Roth will go in motion, though. Davis, pressure from the middle again. He's forced out of the pocket. Jose looking to the end zone, and he's just pushed out of bounds, and that time was close to a late hit out of bounds. Davis was already out of bounds when he received a bump from the back, but not really much of a hit. So it's going to be 4th down for Bellaire, and Davis stepped out at about the 22-yard line.
Scott, this kid's human. Jose Davis has got to get rid of that football there. He had time to throw it out of the end zone. He had receivers in the end zone. He did it on the play before that, and he's got to get rid of the football and not take a loss. Now it sets up a very, very long 4th down situation. And Bellaire, not known for being a kicking team, they will go for it on 4th down.
4th down for Bellaire on the 22. Davis to the end zone. Has his man, touchdown! Pass caught that time by Grant Allen. Allen on the post pattern from his wide out position, and Jose Davis just nailed him right in stride into the end zone. Touchdown, Bellaire.
You cannot throw a football any better than that. But more importantly, this time, Jose Davis with the time to throw the football.
Look at that.
He threaded the needle. What a pass by Jose Davis. Grant Allen, are you kidding me? This Bellaire team is loaded.
We just got a lot of the confetti thrown on us, or the rice. Look out, they're going nuts here at Nelson Field. Bomber, the extra point try is up, and it is good. 14-7 in favor of Bellaire, and folks, just when you think they're dead in the water on a 4th down situation from the 22-yard line, Jose Davis comes up big once again, and how about the reception by Grant Allen? He made a diving, sliding catch in the end zone and ran that pattern to perfection, was right on line with Jose Davis. A great job on both ends.
Grant Allen, just a junior. As I said, this Bellaire team very, very deep. They're very deep with seniors, but also because they've had a chance to get in some games this year and blow some opponents out. A lot of these underclassmen have seen a lot of playing time. But I'll tell you what, Scott, the key to that drive right there was the offensive line coming up big when they had to. 4th down and 22. They gave up some plays on that drive that they were letting the pressure get to Jose Davis. That time when they needed it to really give Jose a lot of time to throw the football, Bremen Crew and Seacrest and Myers and those guys really keeping the guys off of Jose Davis. He had all kind of time, and when you give Jose Davis time, he will definitely pick you apart. He did that. He threaded the needle. A picture-perfect pass from Jose.
Bomber, the kick again, just squibs it over the middle of the field, and it'll bounce off of one of the Ironton Tigers. Steve Adams that time had to go off of his leg, so he just decided then finally to pounce on top of the ball. Inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and 10 for Ironton on their own 23.
As we talked about Jose Davis nearing the all-time season yardage record for passing, he's trying to chase, actually he is chasing Scott Woods, the former quarterback that threw a lot of his passes to the great Joey Galloway. But Jose came into this football game needing 133 yards passing to break the single-season record set by Scott Woods. He's near that mark right now.
1st down and 10 now for the Tigers. On the 1st down play, they'll give the in-tight handoff that time to Lenny Barrow, and Barrow will get across to 25 and up to about the 27, so a gain of 4 that time. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now for the Tigers.
Both of these schools come into this game with over 500 wins in school history. When you talk about big-time football in Ohio, the names of Ironton and Bellaire do come to the surface. Two great football programs. And Bob Lutz, the head coach of Ironton, in his 24th year, he has a record of 235-31, Scott.
Not bad. They'll hand the ball off again, and there's that white guy. And he's a load. Dusty Kinder pulls him down that time. He gets across the 30 and up to about the 32, and he's going to be close to a first down. We'll wait and see where they mark the football, and the officials want their time, so I think they can bring the chains out and measure this one. It's close. They needed to get to about the 33, and then from our vantage point, we're on an angle with the field from where the ball is at, so it's hard to tell if he's at the 33 or just shy of it.
Great running backs, when they get hit, fall forward. And here it is, the spot here, and he made it by the nose of the football. It looks like, yes, he did. Nose of the football. Great camera shot there. Nice job, guys.
First down for Ironton on the 33-yard line. 10.5 minutes still left to play here in the opening half. We're in the second quarter. 14-7 in favor of the Big Reds. First down and 10 now for Ironton. This is their third drive of the afternoon. Both teams were 3 and out on their second drive. Bellaire scored on their third. Barrow, the tailback out of the backfield that time, gets across the 35 and up near the 37.
And Scott, if you notice, the running backs from Ironton, and you'll see with the running backs of Bellaire, every time they run the football, they're just reaching and fighting. These are two schools that have great athletes, but more importantly, athletes that just want to strive for the best. Barrow that time, White on the previous play. They're stretching and fighting. They know how big this football game is, and they want to try to get everything out of their bodies, and they're just reaching and trying to get the extra yard.
A gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. They'll give the ball in the backfield. And that's White fighting up near the 40-yard line. A gain of close to 4 that time. And it should be third down and about 3 now, or third down and about 2. Have to wait for the official spot on the football here. Looks like they're going to give him just across the 40, so it should be third down and about 2 now for Ironton.
Scott, Friday night on the Sports Blitz, we checked in with John Magistro. Magistro told us he wished he could put a uniform on and play in this football game today. This game is everything we told you it would be back in August when we told you we were telecast this football game. What a great, great game.
Big third down play here. Full house backfield. They'll pitch it to Barrow. Barrow trying to get to the 43, and he gets out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. He'll have enough yardage for the first down, so they'll move the chains again, and they're going to mark him out. Looks like at about the 45. That's where he stepped out of bounds. Bellaire trying to get pressure to the near sideline. They did, but Barrow just once again did a good job to pick up enough yardage for the first down.
They're going to start tackling these running backs lower, Scott. They're hitting them too high. These running backs, Barrow and White, will just carry you. That time Barrow did. As we said, Mark White is the big rushing attack on this football team, but Barrow comes into the game with close to 250 yards and 5 yards a crack.
Pitch in the backfield this time. Trying the near sideline.
That's Sean Wilson, the new kid that transferred on this football team. You've probably heard across the Ohio Valley, this team has a kid by the name of Sean Wilson. He was a transfer student they got midway through the season. This kid supposedly runs a 4.340.
Wow.
And I know a lot of people across the valley are saying, how can this kid transfer midway through the season? He played a couple of games ago for them, 3 plays, didn't really get a whole lot of playing time. Last week he scored 3 touchdowns. 1 touchdown was called back. But they slipped this kid in here, Sean Wilson. He's the complete opposite of a Barrow and a White. He's not a rugged running back. He's only about 5'8", 150, but this kid can burn. 4.3 speed, and supposedly that's legitimate speed.
The officials have called timeout right now, and they're discussing something. It's second down and 8 now for Ironton. 8 minutes and 27 seconds still left to play here in the second quarter.
Getting back to this Sean Wilson kid, number 28. As I said, he's a transfer student. He started playing football in North Carolina. He transferred over to Russell, Kentucky, and then he was enrolled and eligible there in Kentucky as well. And Ironton is right on the Kentucky border. They have been known in the past, it's been rumored, that they like to get players from Kentucky. And that's the book on Ironton. I'm not sure if it's true or not. You make the call on that one. But this kid is a transfer student. He's 19 years of age. So keep that in mind when he runs the football.
He is a senior, as you mentioned. He's 19. 5'7", 150 pounds is what they list him at. And it'll be second down now and 8. 8 minutes, 38 seconds left to go, and penalty flags fly. And both teams pointing fingers.
Ironton thinks it's on Bellaire. Bellaire thinks it's on Ironton. You won't see a whole lot of penalties today on either one of these teams. It is on Ironton.
Jack Prettyman will tell us who it's against, and no, it's against Bellaire. Encroachment is the call.
We're going to take a look here. They moved the football against Ironton. They called it on Bellaire. I do believe it is on Bellaire. Yes, it is. All right.
It's a 5-yard penalty for encroachment, so it'll make it 2nd down and 3 now as they move the ball across midfield to the Bellaire 48-yard line.
Let me tell you something. The guys in the stripes, this crew is an excellent crew. They make mistakes sometimes. Give these guys a break. They do a great job.
So it's 2nd and 3 now after the 5-yard penalty. Wiley will run the option to the far side. Tucks it back up inside, and he'll be stopped short of the first down. He needed to get to the 45. He gets to about the 46, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 now for Ironton.
Mike Anthony's on the sidelines. Mike, what do you have for us?
Well, Gino, on that last call, the Ironton coaching staff knew it was on Bellaire. The Ironton players thought it was on them, so they started walking backwards all along. The Ironton staff knew it was on Bellaire, so the teams just made the officials sort of look sort of bad, though, so it's my sort of stick-up for the officials there. The coaches knew it, the players just sort of were doy, and they went the wrong way, so that's my stick-up for Tom Bechtel and Prettyman and the guys.
Thank you, Mike. And
Mike
sure
Anthony, the commentator who's always on the side of the officials. The handoff to White, and White gets across the 45-yard line, and that's a first down.
What a tough game. Right now, these two teams are playing near midfield. Actually, at midfield, it's not too muddy, but on the 40 of both, the 40 of Bellaire and the 40 of Ironton, there's a lot of sawdust down there. Of course, this is week number 9 here at Nelson Field, so this field has had a lot of use on it with St. John playing on this field, and it's getting a lot of use, and the rain doesn't help, so they're playing in some mud down there.
So it's 1st down and 10 after the short gain. They'll run the option to the near side, and there's your transfer, Wilson. He'll pitch it to him in the backfield, and only a gain of maybe 2 that time. They fake the inside handoff to White that time, and a good fake by Wiley. Put it right into the belly of White and then pulled it directly out. Then runs the option to the near sideline, pitched it back to Wilson, and he gains about 2. It'll be 2nd down now and 8 for the Tigers. They trail 14-7. 7 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the opening half.
How deep is this football team of Ironton at running back? This Sean Wilson kid was timed at 4.375 last year at North Carolina University. He can burn.
So it's 2nd down and 8 now. Wiley wants to pass. Going downfield, has a wide open man, but it's intercepted. Pass picked off that time. Deep downfield by number 3, Derek Sokar.
What a play here on the defense by Mr. Soker. Soker was actually beaten on this play, but the ball was underthrown by Wiley. It was underthrown here in a leaping. What a way to get back on the football. Oh my, was that a great interception.
Pass intended for Josh Long to split end, but Soker did a great job just to go up and pull it down. So the Big Reds dodge a bullet. 1st down and 10 now for Bellaire. 6:45 left in the half. That ball was picked off at their own 10-yard line. So that was a big play there. They'll hand it off on 1st down. That's Richie Mamie. Mamie stiff-arming people and stretching as he gets across the 15 and up to about the 17-yard line where he's finally stopped. A gain of 7 that time on the 1st down carry by Richie Mamie.
Rich Mamie does everything for this football team. I wouldn't be surprised if he did the laundry as well. He leads this school in career tackles. He can also get it done on the ground. And there's so many times we talk about how much of a great linebacker he is, and he really is, but he's also a pretty darn good football player when it comes to running the football.
Scored 6 touchdowns here against Lindsley earlier this season. Bobby Roth, the ball carrier that time, gets up near the 20, across the 18. Looks like he's just shy of the 19-yard line. They're still going to be about a yard or 2 shy of the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 1 for Bellaire.
Really no surprise that we've seen 3 touchdowns in this football game already, Scott. Bellaire comes into this football game averaging 36 points per game. Ironton averages a little over 30 per game, so they know how to score some points.
3rd down and 1 now for the Big Reds. 5.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Davis underneath center. Jose with a long count this time, and he's just going to run the ball to the near sideline. And he pushes himself forward, and I think second effort may have the 1st down for Bellaire.
Wow, Jose Davis, I'll tell you what, we seen it last week when they beat Brook 25-0 at Brook. Jose Davis can run the football. A lot of times he doesn't have to run the football because he's such a great athlete at throwing the football, but Jose Davis can also run the football. Over 300 yards this year on the ground. He's also scored 6 touchdowns rushing. So he knows when to pass, and he knows, more importantly, when he has to tuck the football and run.
It is a first down. On the first down play, there's Mamie again. Mamie across the 25 and up to about the 27-yard line. So another gain of about 7 that time on first down by Richie Mamie. He did it the last time when they had a 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
John Magistro will take 7 yards on first down any day of the week. And once again, this running play is going to be setting up the pass. Big chunks on first down. That's what this offense needs. They made a game 8 yards in that play.
We'll give him near the 28. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and a short 3. Davis will fake the handoff and looking downfield. He's got Timberlake to the near sideline. And it just goes off of Bobby Timberlake's hands at about the 30-yard line. Timberlake had it go just off of his right hand. Good defensive coverage, though, that time by Ironton.
I'll tell you what, I think Bobby Timberlake first had to pause. There was a little bit of contact down there, but it looked like he had to pause to find the football. You will not find a better pass in high school football than that pass. That pass was right on the money, and it could have been caught by Timberlake. A great, great throw by Jose.
So it's now 3rd down and 3, so the short yardage allowed him to try and go deep that time on 2nd down. And over the middle, Jose Davis, as he's being pulled down, still gets the ball away that time to Dusty Kinder. And Kinder will have enough yardage for the first down across the 35 and up to about the 37. What another great play that time from Jose Davis.
Let's take a look at this replay. Eric Bryant with all kind of pressure on Jose. Jose showing some strength there. A quick hitter to Mr. Kinder. Jose Davis, they list him at 6'1", 165. Doesn't have a whole lot of meat on his bones, but he's a strong kid, folks, and he showed it right there.
So it's 1st down and 10 now for the Big Reds on their own 37-yard line. Roth will go in motion to the far side. Davis, pressure up the middle, going over the middle, intended for Roth that time. Pass is incomplete. There's a penalty flag at about the 36-yard line, so let's wait and see what that's all about.
This may be an interference call. I don't know if Sands had the coverage. I'm not sure where that
to me like it was thrown before the pass was actually ever thrown from Davis.
It's a holding call on Bellaire.
And it is a holding against Bellaire. So Bellaire, that's a spot foul, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that can be a killer sometimes. The ball was on the 37-yard line, but let's wait and see where the holding call occurred.
You know what else is a killer? Confetti in your coffee.
Jeez. We have rice on the floor. We have paper confetti.
I feel like I was at a wedding up here.
And Who got married?
We've heard of clouds in your coffee. Well, how about confetti?
Yep. Well, at least it's yours and not mine. So the penalty actually does hurt him. It takes him back to the 23-yard line. The handoff. That's Mamie, and Mamie will get back over the 30 to about the 32. So he gets a nice gain that time, but it was 1st and 23 that time after the penalty, so it was a 13-yard penalty against the Big Reds, and so the gain gets it back over the 30 to the 31, and a gain of 6 that time for Bellaire.
You young quarterbacks watching this telecast today, watch how Jose Davis moves his feet in the pocket, and watch how he goes through with all his play fakes. Right there is one of them.
Looking over the middle, wants to go to Ben Taylor, and what a great catch by Taylor. With a man on his back, I mean literally on his back, Sean Wilson, he still makes the reception at the 45-yard line. They'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 3. Here's your replay. Look at the great catch by Ben Taylor on this replay.
Sean Wilson, the defensive back, was on Ben Taylor like a hobo on a ham sandwich. I mean, he was all over this kid. And Sean Wilson got up and looked at head coach Bob Lutz and said, "Coach, I was all over him. What do you want me to do?" A great pass, a better catch, and, you know, it was really pretty good coverage by Wilson.
All around a great football play. 3rd down and 3, and Ironton jumped. And that should just go ahead and give Bellaire the first down.
Tom Bechtel throws his little yellow hanky, and it will be an encroachment. That's going to be a first down for Bellaire.
So they'll move the ball 5 yards from the 44 up to the 49. First down, Bellaire. After the encroachment penalty against Ironton, and Davis probably changing his inflection a little bit on his call that time underneath center, and a couple of the men jumped.
And just when I said you won't see a lot of penalties today, the second quarter, at least midway on through the second quarter, we've seen a lot of penalties, uncharacteristic for these two teams.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 49. Davis, pressure up the middle again, forced to roll out to the near side. Now he rotates, just going to heave it down and out of bounds is what he does. And that'll stop the clock. Ironton wants intentional grounding, but
Well, I tell you what, Jose Davis, yes, he threw the football away, but you have Rich Mamie, you have Kinder down there, you had Benny Taylor, you had 3 receivers on the sideline.
And
that's just a smart play by Davis. You see it all the time, but if a receiver's in the area, that is not a grounding call.
Clock stops with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Still have to play here in the opening half. The wind is whipping to our near sideline, so it will force the ball out of bounds. Hand off to Mamie. Rich Mamie pushing people out of the way. Gets down to the Ironton 40-yard line, and that'll move the chains. It'll be good enough for a Bellaire first down. 2 minutes and 3 seconds still have to play in the opening half. Bellaire already leading 14-7 and driving one more time.
Rich Mamie is the heart and soul of this Bellaire football team. He has a heart like a lion. We've made that comment so many times this year. When they need a big play, if it's not Jose, it's Rich Mamie coming up big. A big-time run by Rich Mamie.
Clock turns now, under 2 minutes to play here. Davis will hand it off again. This time he gives it to Bobby Roth, the up man, and Roth pushes it across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. And again, good play fakes by Davis. Fake not only the handoff to Mamie after he'd already given the ball to Bobby Roth, but he also carried out the fake to the near sideline, looking like he may still have the football to throw or run it himself.
Bobby Roth, maybe one of the most underrated football players in the Valley. He wouldn't go down on that play, Scott Nolte. These Bellaire Big Reds, especially these seniors, they want to go 10-0 this year, and they're playing their rear ends off.
Second down and 5. Clock turning, 1:18 to play in the opening half. Big pressure from Ironton this time. Davis with his speed trying to get away, and as he throws the football, he's hit. Incomplete pass. Jack Prettyman says he was throwing the football, and I think that's a good call. He was trying to unload the ball. It goes out of bounds anyway, but it's an incomplete pass. Clock will stop. 1:10 left to play in the opening half. Third down and 5 for Bellaire on the Ironton 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Scott, scary play right there. Scary play. Once again, it's Troy Sands, one of the heavily recruited players on this Ironton team, giving chase. Once again, he didn't actually get the sack there, but he's causing all kind of havoc for Jose Davis, and he hit Jose in the act of throwing. How many times have we seen shoulder injuries on quarterbacks on that kind of play? Luckily for Bellaire's sake, Jose came up okay.
Split backfield behind Davis with Mamie and Roth. Third down and 5 for Bellaire. Davis has his man, Ben Taylor, who makes the reception at the 21-yard line. That's good enough for a first down, a gain of 14. And the clock stands with 1:03 left to play in the opening half.
The second big catch for Benny Taylor on this drive. And you talk about threading the needle. Wow. How would you like to catch those missiles?
Timeout Bellaire with 1:03 left to play in the opening half. Coach Magistro wants to burn a timeout, and I don't blame him. You can think about things now. First down and 10 on the 22-yard line. Let's go back down to Mike Anthony, who's on the sideline. Mike.
Scott, that play about 3 or 4 plays ago where Jose was rolling towards the Ironton bench and fired it out of bounds near the stands, that is a great play by the quarterback and not taking the sack with nobody open. Not many quarterbacks at this level do that, and they should start doing that. I asked Tom Bechtel if there's a penalty. A lot of the Ironton fans wanted a grounding. You'll never get that call unless it's probably thrown over the stadium or out of the stadium. And I asked, have you ever seen that before? And he goes, no. But I said, he said, with Jose Davis, you might get that because he has the best arm to do that. But hopefully he doesn't do that. So he's the only one that can do that, and there's no penalty on that. Back to you guys.
All right, Mike, and yes, as we mentioned, really, Jose, when he threw the ball, he did have a couple of receivers in the area, so a lot of the Ironton fans, yes, they did want a intentional grounding penalty, if you will, but I think you're, like Mike said, you're going to have to do a lot more than just that to garner a intentional grounding penalty from the officials today.
I'm not sure if the people watching this telecast right now realize how special of a football game we're seeing in the Ohio Valley. The Ohio Valley is trying to make a name for themselves in Ohio football. I think they've done that with the teams of Big Red and Steubenville Central and Bellaire. A special, special game here today.
First and 10 from the 22. Davis, the quick hitter to Kinder. Dusty still won't go down. He's at the 15, a gain of 7 on first down. More importantly, though, the clock's still turning and Bellaire will burn another timeout with 55 seconds still left to play. It'll be second down for Bellaire and about 3 from the 15-yard line, but more importantly, the clock right now on this drive, there's 55 seconds still left to play. That is plenty of time.
You see number 76 right there on the field right now. Number 76, we go back to that camera shot. Number 76 is Tony Williams from Ironton. This kid's a defensive tackle, 6'1", 270. There he is right now. We haven't called that kid's name very often today. He was one of their big guns on defense, Tony Williams, a big-time player. And Jason Myers from Bellaire is doing a number on this kid. I'll tell you what, Jason Myers may be one of the strongest kids in the Ohio Valley, and he's taking on this Tony Williams kid. Right there, 76. Looks like a guy we'd call Big Daddy. But I tell you what, I haven't talked about Tony Williams too much. That's because of the job that Jason Myers is doing on him. A great, great job by that Bellaire offensive line.
They've been doing the job all afternoon, and you mentioned in the opening, Gino, that was going to be a big portion of today's ball game. Could the offensive line for Bellaire do the number to allow Jose Davis to throw the football and to allow the Bellaire running backs to run the ball?
Look at that kid. I mean, he's an impressive sight. But Jason Myers, one of my favorite players in the Valley, doing a great job.
It's 2nd and 3 from the 15. Davis rolling out. Wants to throw, has Bobby Roth open. Roth to the end zone, touchdown! Bobby Roth stretched the ball out as he was nearing the sideline, gets it across the goal line for the score, and Bellaire now leads 20-7 with 48 seconds still left to play in the opening half.
And here's the replay. How big is this touchdown going into halftime with a 2-touchdown lead? Let's take a look at the replay. Bobby Roth, a very underrated football player, as we said. He had a huge game last week against the Brook Bruins. And coming up here with a key touchdown as we're nearing the end of the first half. Bellaire increases their lead to a 2-touchdown lead. What a play there by Bobby Roth.
The extra point try is up, and it's no good. So the extra point try kick that time is no good. So it's still 20-7, and that could be a big play later on in the ball game. Here's your touchdown that we were talking about, Gino.
Bobby Roth slips out of the backfield. And look at the effort right here. 150%. Big time effort there by Bobby Roth, reaching, grabbing, and getting in the end zone for 6 points. But as you said, maybe a big miss on the extra point. Mike Anthony, what do you have for us?
The guy that was trying to tackle the ball carrier at that time, Gino, fell forward and got a face mask full of grass. It was unbelievable. He gets up off the ground, and his whole mask was covered with sod and dirt and mud and grass, and 3 or 4 guys had to help him pick it out of there. But that was a John Madden special, as the guy had grass all on his face mask. It was hilarious down here on the sidelines. I thought it was quite neat. He had a lunch of grass and dirt. Back to you guys.
We'll put him on the all Mike Anthony team.
There you go, and you're going to have that when you go up against a guy like Bobby Roth, who's all mud and dirt and grass himself when you get him out on the football field. He likes to play that way.
All these Bellaire kids, they win football games because they have pride and they have tradition, and they love to play this game of football.
There goes that squib kick again, and this time it's picked up by Josh Long. And Long, it's a good return back over the 30 to about the 34. There's 39 seconds still left to play here in the opening half, and with a team like Ironton, they always have time to score, so don't count them out just yet before this half is over.
They are a rushing team, primarily a rushing team, but Travis Wiley came into this football game not a bad passer. He's thrown 59 balls this year. He's completed 37, and he's completed a couple here today. A very, very efficient passer, Travis Wiley. They're going to have to probably throw the football here with only 40 seconds to go in the half, actually make that 25.
Clock turning. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Bellaire with pressure. Wiley throws it over, has Long, who makes the reception, and Long does a very nice job to get out of bounds. Josh Long kept his feet moving that time and was able to stay off of the tackles and did a great job to get out of bounds. He'll stop the clock with 15 seconds left to play here in the opening half. Ball on their own 40-yard line for Ironton.
This Ironton football team, like Bellaire, is senior dominated. Josh Long is a senior. We saw him earlier in the second quarter get behind the Bellaire defense on the interception, but this kid is a very heads-up type receiver, and that time he did the right thing. He got out of bounds.
So it's second down now for Ironton, 2nd and 4 actually, but there are only 15 seconds left to play. High set this time, 1 wide out to each side. They'll throw it in the backfield, and that's to Wilson, and they wanted to try and get him out there and then put White in front as the blocker, but he's hit in the backfield as soon as he makes the reception, and that'll be the end of the first half. A great defensive play by Bellaire to close out the first half of play, and the fans are on their feet here at Nelson Field.
I'll tell you what, both fans are on their feet. Ironton fans, Bellaire fans. Take a look at the crowd here today at Bellaire. This place only holds about 6,500 seating capacity, but it's standing room only. They think close to 8,000 people today here at Nelson Field. And I'll tell you what, they saw a great first half of football. We knew they would.
So right here at halftime, Mike Anthony trying to run down there with Coach John Magistro. He has him right there. I don't know if Coach Magistro.
We have the Ironton assistant coaches talking to Mr. Peterman down there. And I don't know what this is about. It seems like they're upset about something.
And Mike is ready with Coach John Magistro. Let's go down to Mike. Mike.
Coach, great first half so far. Your offense is really playing well, and you came out firing on that first drive.
Well, we got another half to go, and it belongs to our guys to maintain their composure and know that we got 2 more quarters to play like we did the first half, then we're okay.
Well, good luck in the second half. Go get them fired up in there. Back to you guys.
There you see it. Coach John Magistro always thinking about what is next. He never wants to dwell on what has already happened. He just wants to look ahead, and that's what all good coaches do, and that's why John Magistro has been so successful here at Bellaire.
I think the only time this year they've gone into the halftime locker room down was the Lindsley game. I tell you what, Bellaire football, he's got to be very excited. He really has a special team here, these Big Reds. I tell you what, he had to guard. You think with a playoff spot already clinched, Scott, you might want to try to guard against complacency. I don't think so. This Bellaire football team is focused. They're hungry for a 10-0 season. They've had so many 8-2s, so many 9-1s over the years, and they want that 10-0 season. And if anybody can keep a team focused, it's John Magistro, a great, great coach here at Bellaire.
The Ironton marching band taking the field right now, but our halftime score, 20-7 in favor of the Bellaire Big Reds. What a great first half so far, folks. Stay with us. The second half should be just as good. Let's take a break. We are at halftime. Your score, 20-7 in favor of Bellaire. Let's take a break. Back with more right after this on our News Channel 7 Game of the Week. Welcome back, everybody, to Nelson Field in Bellaire. Just about set for the second half kickoff. Of course, our halftime score, 20-7 in favor of the Bellaire Big Reds. P.J. Bomber will do the kicking for Bellaire, and Ironton will get the first crack here as we get set to get the second half underway from Nelson Field in Bellaire. Let's hope the second half is as good as the first one was. Bomber again, that little squib kick that comes down and is picked up there by Mark White, and White will be run out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10, Ironton on their own 35 on their first possession of the second half.
John Magistro has to be ecstatic with the way his Big Reds played. Here's a look at some of the stats for this week's game. First downs, Bellaire with the big edge, 15-4. They also ran the ball pretty well at 67 yards. Rich Mamie had 59 of those yards. Passing yards, Jose Davis needed 133 yards to become the all-time season record holder here at Bellaire. He got 185. He is now the leader. And, of course, one interception, the only turnover by Ironton.
That's Barrows on the first down play. And he's hit hard as he gets across the 25-yard line. A short gain that time on first down.
As we said, great first half for Jason Myers. He's playing great two-way football. And now it's time for the Bellaire defense to step up. They had a great first half, limiting Ironton to just one touchdown.
A gain of 2 that time on first down. It'll be second down and 8 now for Ironton. Second half just underway here from Nelson Field. And you can see Ironton, where they're moving the football out of right now, some sawdust has been put on the field. That was put on prior to the game today to try and help the field a little bit. You might recall we were here a few weeks ago for the Bellaire-Lindsley game. There was a downpour, and really I don't think the field has had a chance to recover from that afternoon. So the officials blow the play back into opportunity here for Ironton, and that's Wilson making a nice cut, eluding a couple of tacklers, gets across the 50-yard line, and then he runs head on that time into Derek Soker. Soker, of course, had that one interception in the first half, laid a heavy hit, but there you see it. That's why they're so high on the Sean Wilson kid. You saw his running ability that time, and here's the replay.
And Scott Wilson with some great speed. Keep in mind, this kid's 19 years old, 4.375 speed. Sokor with a big hit there, but anytime your defensive secondary makes the tackle, you're going to be in trouble.
First down and 10 on the Bellaire 47. They'll give the handoff inside to White. There's penalty flags. White gets across the 45 to about the 44-yard line where he stopped. We'll have to wait and see what the hanky's all about here on the near sideline.
You have to think this play is coming back, and it is. Motion on Ironton, and really that puts a little lull in their offensive drive here, coming off a big run by Wilson. They can't afford penalties. I mean, even if it's a close football game, you can't afford penalties. They're down by 2 touchdowns here early on. You can't afford to make a penalty. Neither team.
So illegal motion is the call against Ironton. Move the ball back 5 yards, and it'll be first down and 15 for the Tigers, now on their own 47-yard line.
Bellaire's defense, what a great first half. They limited Ironton to just 4 first downs. They held Travis Wiley in check. They really did. They only gave up 78 yards to a team that just thrives on the running game.
So it's first down and 15 now, and Wiley wants to throw. Going downfield, has his man. Pass caught that time by Bobby Taylor. Taylor goes out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So a good pass that time. You saw on our halftime stats that Wiley was only 2 of 4 in the first half with 1 interception, but that time he hooks up with Bobby Taylor and a nice catch.
As we told you earlier, Wiley doesn't throw the ball a lot, but when he's done, he's a very, very efficient passer. That time he threw it right inside the seam between Taylor and also Mamie. A great, great throw.
So it's now first down and 10 on the Bellaire 35. They'll give the ball inside to White, and White will move it ahead near the 30. Stopped at about the 31-yard line, so it'll be a gain of nearly 4, and it'll be second down and 6 now for Ironton.
Can't tackle that guy high, Scott. You got to tackle him down by the knees because he'll keep driving. You know, he actually picked up a little over 3 yards in that play. He should have been stopped maybe for a 1-yard gain, but he keeps the legs moving. You have to tackle Mr. White low, not high. He'll drive you.
So it's second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain that time on first down. Ironton on their opening drive of the second half, trailing 20-7. They'll give the ball to Barrows. Barrow with a open hole there on the far side, and he's going to be close to a first down. It's to about the 25-yard line, and that's where they needed to get to, and we'll see if he has enough yardage or not for the first down.
He's going to be pretty close, Scott. They may need the chain gang to come out here.
They're saying third down. Jack Prettyman made a motion to the far sideline, third down, and that's what it is. It's third and very short.
You have to think, though, that John Magistro quite concerned right now. Ironton showing they can run the football here in half number 2.
So it's third and less than a yard. Ironton full house backfield. They'll give it that time to Wilson, and Wilson will have enough yardage for the first down as he just dives across the right side of the line to about the 23-yard line. First down and 10 Tigers on the Bellaire 23.
I tell you what, such a dichotomy of running backs they have here at Ironton. Why is Mr. Williams a great running back? Do we think he's a great running back? Only 19 years old. I should say he is 19 years old, but he hits the hole so quick. You see why he came out of the backfield, Scott? He just came thriving out of that backfield. He only needed a yard. He picked up 2.
So it's first down and 10 Ironton on the 23. And they'll give the ball in the backfield, that time to White.
Look at Bubba Sechrist.
And nowhere to run.
Old Bubba, number 51, with great pursuit there. Who else is in on that tackle? Looks like Weber and Myers again. What a job Jason Myers has done here today in this football game, both on offense and defense.
So a loss actually on the carry that time by White back to the 24. It'll be second down and 11. Clock turning. We're already down to 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Ironton on their opening drive of the second half, trailing 20-7. 3 backs again. The handoff goes to Barrow, and Barrow gets down across the 20 to about the 19, so a gain of close to 5. It'll be third down and 6 now for the Tigers from the 19-yard line of Bellaire.
That Bellaire defense really keeping Ironton's big guns, Barrow, White, and also Wiley in check that first half. White had 51 yards, Barrow had 21. Here comes Wilson into from the sidelines. the speedster into the game. Wholesale changes here for Ironton. Big play here, 3rd and long.
3rd down and 7 from the 20. Ironton will line up in an I with 2 receivers split to the near side. White and Barrow behind Wiley. He wants to throw it. Throws it to Barrow out of the backfield, and Barrow's going to be knocked out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. No gain that time on the pass out of the backfield to Barrow. Seacrest in on the tackle that time. And a great job also by Taylor. Ben Taylor also in on the tackle that time for Bellaire. Here's your replay.
Take a look at Benny Taylor and Bubba Seacrest. They just closed the gap here. Right gang tackling. That's what you want to see on defense. You don't want to see one guy making the tackle. You want to see a host of tacklers, and that was a big play. And obviously, in this kind of territory on the 20-yard line, 4th and 7, Ironton's going to go for it.
A huge down right here. 4th down and 7 from the 20. They need to get to the 13. I set again. One wide out split to the far side. One to the near side. Wiley to throw, looking for Josh, and it's picked off. Picked off by Bobby Timberlake. Timberlake with blockers in front of him will get it back to the Ironton 40-yard line, back to the Bellaire 40-yard line, that is, before he's finally pulled out. Pass intended that time for Josh Long, but Timberlake could read it. As soon as it came out of Wiley's hands, he stepped right in front of Bobby Timberlake, stepped right in front of Josh Long and intercepted it, getting it back to the 40-yard line.
And for the second time in this football game, the Bellaire secondary has come up with a huge turnover. 2 turnovers in the game, both coming on interceptions. The Bellaire defense needed the big play. They come up with a big play.
So on 1st down, the Big Reds decide to run the football, and not much doing that time. Mamie actually loses a yard or so. Let's go back down to Mike Anthony on the sideline. Mike.
That time the quarterback for Ironton, Wiley, took a little too long getting that pass off, Scott, that down and out. Not taking anything away from Timberlake, though. That pass has to be done a little bit sooner before he makes his break. Timberlake just read it, picked it off, went down the sidelines, and almost went all the way. Back to you guys.
2nd down and 12, a 2-yard loss on the 1st down carry that time for Bellaire. Davis out of the backfield to Mamie. Mamie spins off of one man, but he's finally hit after he gets across the 40 up to about the 43-yard line.
Getting back to that interception, Scott, Travis Wiley looked one way the whole entire time. He went back to pass. He looked left. Bobby Timberlake read him like a book. And I tell you what, Travis Wiley, to make that pass across the field, you have to have a pretty strong arm, a Jose Davis-type arm. He does not have that. And so you saw an interception by Timberlake. And almost looked like the Timberlake was decoying. He was just wanting Wiley to throw that football, and he picked him.
He's kind of hanging out there, waiting for the ball to come to his area, and when it did, he stepped right in front of it. Davis pressured again by the linebacker, and Jose's going to run the football. Has room on the near sideline, and Jose is going to be close to a 1st down. On 3rd down and 6, Jose wanted to throw, was pressured out of the pocket, and he's going to be close to a Bellaire 1st down.
He just frustrates a defense, Scott, but more importantly, he wears a defense down. Yes, it is a 1st down. The all-time single-season passing leader here. He did that today, surpassing Scotty Woods. Also shows that he can run the football. Such quick feet by Jose.
So it's 1st down and 10 after the great job by Jose Davis that time on 3rd and 6 to pick up the 1st down. Ball on the 49. Davis will fake the handoff and roll out. Looking downfield. Has a man, Bobby Roth, who makes the reception. Bobby Roth out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, and a nice pickup that time on 1st down for Bellaire. We'll move the chains once again, and close to about 18 yards on the play that time.
And Scott, almost the same exact play that we've seen Roth earlier in the game in the 1st quarter drop the football, and almost the same part of the field. Look at the touch by Jose. How can you throw that ball? Jose at this level is just unbelievable. That is a touch pass, and this time Bobby Roth comes up with a catch. Great throw by Jose.
1st down and 10 from the 31, the inside handoff that time. Rich Mamie on the carry that time will get it up to maybe the 30, so a gain of maybe 1. I think they'll spot him with no gain, actually, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the tough yardage inside that time for Richie Mamie.
Jose Davis rewriting the passing records here at Bellaire High School. He is now over 200 yards passing in a game, and anytime he does that, it's a good bet that Bellaire will win a football game. What an athlete.
2nd and 10, and they're going to let him throw this time. Davis looking downfield, going to the end zone, has a man! Marked out at the 1. Oh. Kinder made a fantastic reception that time. I think Barrow was the man defending him defensively. and he was all over him, and Davis just laid that ball right in there, and Kinder pulls it out of the air.
I have to use my term again, Scott. Barrelhead coverage. He was on Kinder like a hobo on a ham sandwich. You can't defend Kinder any better than that. But you can't defend it against a pass that is perfectly thrown. That ball, you don't see college quarterbacks throw the ball that well.
Gino, this will be a huge score if they can put it into the end zone, and they do. Rich Mamie scores, and it's now 26-7 as we await the extra point try, and I have a feeling that Coach Magistro will probably go for 2 right here because it would put him up by 3 touchdowns.
Folks, there's a new king in Ohio Division IV football, and you're watching him right now. The Big Reds of Bellaire.
Richie Mamie goes in that time from 1 yard out, and Bellaire leads 26-7 with 4:16 left to play in the third quarter, and they are going to go for 2. They'll line Davis up in the shotgun. High snap. Davis looking, pressured, looking to the end zone, and it's tipped and incomplete. He wanted to go to Ben Taylor, who was in the back of the end zone, but the ball is tipped and knocked incomplete, but nonetheless, Bellaire, they score on their opening drive of the second half thanks to a Bobby Timberlake interception, and also thanks to a great job by Jose Davis and Dusty Kinder, and let's not forget Rich Mamie. So in the third quarter, our score 26-7 now in favor of Bellaire with 4:16 left to play in the quarter. Back with more right after this on our News Channel 7 Game of the Week. Here at Nelson Field in Bellaire, fans on their feet, 26-7 in favor of their Big Reds.
And if I can interrupt you, Scott, earlier in the week, there were reports out of Ironton, Ohio, that this team was guaranteeing a win. I talked to head coach Bob Lutz earlier this week on our Night Beat edition on News Channel 7. He said he never made the comment, but the fans here in Bellaire remembering that comment, that rumor that they were guaranteeing a win.
Fumble! Bellaire's got it! Josh Long tried to pick the ball up. It was on the field, and Bellaire's all over it. First down, Bellaire.
You don't make mistakes in big games. The third turnover in this football game.
Here's the replay, Gino. Again, the squib kick from Bomber. Long tries to pick it up, can't find the handle. And there's Timmy Marling, I think, is the man who actually came up with the football.
You are correct, sir. Another turnover. Mike Anthony will get to you after this play.
First down and 10, Bellaire on the Ironton 27-yard line. See if Bellaire can capitalize on another turnover. Davis, right over the middle, Dusty Kinder makes the reception at the 20-yard line, and let's go down to Mike Anthony. Mike.
Scott, everything is working for this Bellaire offense today. How many times have you seen that dump to Kinder across the middle? Jose's laying balls in there like college quarterbacks. This is an unbelievable offense. Yeah, Ironton, welcome to Bellaire. This is an incredible team, and the crowd over here is going crazy for the Big Reds. They want to stay unbeaten, and it looks like this might even be a rout today. Can you believe that? Back to you guys.
Yeah, welcome to Bellaire, Ironton. Right now, they're getting a rude welcome. Handoff. That's Bobby Roth. Roth will have enough yardage for the first down. Will move the chains as he gets down to the 12-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 from the 12.
Mike Anthony, you said it correct. This is turning into a rout. I'll tell you what, looking down on the sideline of Ironton right now, a lot of heads sunken low. They're not used to being beaten this badly. Look at this, 26-7. When's the last time they were beaten this badly? They've only had 4 regular season losses in the last 4 years.
And their only loss this year was a tight game to Dayton Dunbar. Bellaire, the handoff to Roth. He gets down inside the 5. He's close to another first down. He'll be about 2 yards shy on the 4-yard line, so it'll be second down and about 2 from the 4.
We talked about it, Scott, in the open. The key to today's game, and even Coach Lutz from Ironton told me as well, the guys in the trenches. This game is about coming off the football, and right now guys like Weber and Myers, Seacrest, all the guys on the line, Brem, they're blowing away that defensive line of Ironton, and they're really shoving it down their throat.
Second and 2 from the 4 of Ironton. Davis wants to throw, pressured as he rolls out, and he's going to be pulled down for a huge loss. Good defensive play that time by Mark White. Of course, we talked about him so much offensively, but that time, his strength and speed, he was able to run down Jose Davis and pull him down from behind, and Davis takes a loss that time all the way back to the 15-yard line.
Well, it's only a matter of time. I mean, Jose's human. That time, just a better defensive effort there by Mr. White. I mean, this kid's a top-notch linebacker, and they're keying on Jose right now, but, hey, You check the scoreboard right now. Jose's doing his job. Still second down.
Second down and 12. Actually, third down and 12. The scoreboard is wrong. 3rd and 12. They go to the end zone. Timberlake! Touchdown! Jose Davis to Bobby Timberlake across the field, and he hits him. Here's your replay.
This ball can only be thrown in one area low, and watch Timberlake go down to get the football. Great catch by Bobby Timberlake. He says, here you go, Mr. Official. Wow.
It's 32-7. With 1:37 still left to play in the third quarter. Is this team on a mission? Looks like it right now. High snap. They're going to go for 2. Timberlake to the end zone. 2-point conversion. Dusty Kinder catches it on the 2-point conversion from Bobby Timberlake. And it's now 34-7 in favor of the Bellaire Big Reds with 1:37 still left to play in the third quarter.
Wow. This offense can do no wrong. The field general, Jose Davis, he has such great talent around him. We talked about the offensive line, we talked about the running backs, and now it's Timberlake. And this is the Bobby Timberlake quarter. He comes up with a big interception that led to a touchdown previously to this one. And I tell you what, Ironton has lost their composure. 2 turnovers. They had to come out quickly in the second half to get back into this football game. They did not. They throw the football away on the interception. They cough up the football on the turnover on the kickoff. They have lost all composure right now. Mike Anthony, what do you have for us?
Gino, before that drive, Jose Davis had 242 yards passing. Those aren't the official stats, but he had about 242 before that drive. Add to that great touch down the sideline, the dump over the middle, and the touchdown. What an unbelievable offense. This is a rout. It's turning out to be a blowout here, and it's not even out of the third quarter yet. Back to you guys.
Yeah, we still have 1:37 to play in the third quarter, and Bellaire is leading by 27, 34-7. And how many people would have thought that the Big Reds would have this huge of a lead over this Ironton football team? And this time they're just going to jump on the football and they'll let their offense come out and try and do something.
Well, they learned their lesson. Anytime you have a loose ball on a kickoff, and especially guys that aren't the deep guys, those are linemen and linebackers down there. They're not used to taking the ball back on kickoffs, but you got to fall on the football. There's John Magistro. Scott, you think he's happy?
Probably not yet. Give him about another quarter and a minute and a half here, and then I think he'll be happy. And he's into this one all the way.
There's in the background. That is not Bob Lutz. The guy behind him is Bob Lutz, the head coach.
There you see him.
Right there. The guy without the headset is Bob Lutz. You can't see him right now, but I'll tell you one thing. This guy's a fiery competitor. He's burning inside.
They're going to pass it out of the backfield. That's Barrow, and Barrow is nailed. Grant Allen comes up from his defensive back position and made a great stop that time on Barrow. A nice open field tackle that time by Grant Allen.
And Grant Allen, you don't call his name too much with this Bellaire offense and defense, but he fought off the block by Keith Frazier, the guard on this offensive guard, 6 feet 210. Allen giving some 30 to 40 pounds away on Frazier, but he fought off the block and made a big-time tackle.
5-yard loss that time, back to the 22. 2nd down and 15 with 35 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. They're going to run the option to the far side. Wiley, the pitch to Wilson. Wilson with his speed gets across the 30-yard line and up to about the 31. He'll still be about 6 yards shy, though, of a first down. It should be 3rd down and about 6 now for the Ironton Tigers. And that probably will be the final play of the third quarter as the clock winds under 10 seconds to go.
Benny Taylor came up from his defensive back position. He hit Wilson low, tripped him up. A great play there by Benny Taylor. And the fans here in front of us in Bellaire are saying, we guarantee, we guarantee. And we're at the end of the first quarter, Scotty. Or I'm sorry, the first quarter. I wish it was. Let's go back and play some more football.
It's been fun so far, and it's been 3 quarters now. We've got 1 quarter left to play. 34-7 in favor of the Bellaire Big Reds. Back with the 4th quarter right after this on our News Channel 7 Game of the Week. Nelson Field in Bellaire, 1 quarter left to play here from Nelson Field. 34-7 in favor of the Bellaire Big Reds. And Gino, I'll honestly say this, as good as this Bellaire team is, not in all my time did I ever think that Bellaire would have a 27-point lead over this Ironton team going into the 4th quarter.
I tell you what, The Ironton faithful are headed for the exits. We still have a quarter of football to go here. And Ironton fans who made the 4-hour, 5-hour trip, they're headed for the exits. Grab your hat, grab your coat, and head for the bus.
There they go, walking out of Nelson Field. They're saying, we've had enough. Hand off to White. White. He'll be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and about 3. 4th and 2.
I'm not really sure if the folks watching us on the telecast here really can fathom how big of a win this is for Ohio Valley football. Ironton has been the cream of the crop in Ohio football, and they're right now getting a rude spanking from the new kids on the block, the Bellaire Big Reds.
So Ironton, after that short gain, are going to have to punt here on 4th down and 3. Sands will drop back deep to punt the ball away, and they're going to fake it. The snap to the up man, and he's going to be stopped.
It was White.
Mark White was the up man that time. They snapped the ball to him, and he stopped short of the first down. It's going to be 1st down and 10, Bellaire on the 36-yard line. So they had to gamble, trailing 34-7. They went with their money man, White. There you see him. He's a big specimen, and he's hard to bring down, but Bellaire did it that time.
They're going to
bring the chains out. So maybe who knows? I could be wrong, but I think he's shy.
Let's hope. It is shy.
1st down, Bellaire.
He was a foot shy, maybe a foot and a half.
On the Ironton 36-yard line. With 11:20 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Just underway, in fact. Bellaire's going to have another opportunity. Let's go back down to Mike Anthony.
Gino, Scott, after 3 quarters, I know it's Halloween season. Hide the women and children. Here's some frightening numbers. Davis, 21 for 31, 264. Not even into the 4th quarter yet, and they're back on offense. Back to you guys.
He's having a heck of a day, and he could go over the 300 mark in passing yards here today with just a little more. Handoff inside, that's Bobby Roth. Roth across the 30 and down to the 29, a gain of 7 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 3, and this team just keeps on going. They have so many weapons. We've talked about this so many times this year. So many weapons. Davis, Mamie, Roth out of the backfield. Your wideouts and Kinder and Timberlake and even Grant Allen today. They have so many people that are able to carry the load.
My game ball goes to those guys right there. Brem, Vinci, Myers, and Weber. They're blowing people away, and I'll tell you what, we're going to see more of them now because Mamie and Roth will be getting a lot of carries as this game winds down. It's the guys in the trenches coming up big today for Bellaire.
Taylor split to the far side, Allen to the near side, Roth and Mamie behind Davis. They'll give it to Mamie, and he'll get across to about the 26-yard line, and that's going to be close to a Bellaire 1st down.
Rich Mamie, all season long, we talked about how a great running back he is, a linebacker, Bobby Roth, and it's their game right now. Yes, they'll move the chains of 1st down. The clock will stop momentarily. At 10:07 it begins. And right now the key for Bellaire is just chew up that yardage, keep it on the ground, and savor this great, great win that's about to happen. 34-7. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the game.
So it's 1st down and 10, Bellaire on the 26-yard line of Ironton. Already leading 34-7. Taylor to the far side, Timberlake to the near side. Roth and Mamie again behind Davis. They'll hand it off to Bobby Roth with a big hole. Roth makes a cut and gets down to near the 10-yard line before he stopped, and they'll move the chains again. A 15-yard carry that time from Bobby Roth from the 26 down to about the 11-yard line, and there he is again, Bobby Roth. You know, it seems as if he almost gets lost sometimes in that backfield playing with Davis and Mamie, but so many times Bobby Roth comes up with big carries.
We know you're a great football player, Bobby Roth. We know you're a great football player, and right there, that's a team right now that's not only lost its composure, but they've given up Ironton. I'm telling you right now, this is a slow kill here in the last 10 minutes.
They'll give it to Roth again. Short yardage that time up inside, a gain of maybe 2 down to the 9, and it'll be 2nd down and about 8 now for Bellaire.
The Ironton fans,
9.
Excuse me, Scott, the Ironton fans continue to head for the exit. Some 2,000 fans made the trip up here today, and they're headed out of here. They're going to try to beat the traffic. Some reports tell us there are close to 8,000 people here. We don't have the official reports, but there you see the Ironton fans. They're leaving. They're gone. They're headed for the interstate.
So it's 2nd down at about 7. They'll give him a 3-yard gain on the 1st down play. The handoff to Mamie this time, and Mamie fights his way down to about the 5-yard line. So another gain of about 3. And it'll be third down and about 3.
We told you earlier in the telecast that Bellaire has already clinched the playoff spot. Ironton has not. They will drop to 7-2 with 1 game left. You know, obviously you have to think that their region this year is down, but they have to win their final game if they have any hopes.
So it's third down and 3 now from the 4-yard line. Bellaire can pick up a first down on the 1-yard line. 8:05 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Davis under center. He's going to roll to the near side. Jose cuts it back up in, and he'll be close to a first down. I think he may be about a yard shy. It's going to be about on the 2-yard line. And yes, he will be just shy. A gain of maybe 1 or 2 that time on the carry by Jose Davis.
And you have to think, Scott, with a 34-7 lead, 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in quarter number 4, this will probably be Jose Davis's final series. You don't want to get him hurt in a 34-7 game. They punch it in here, and I think Jose will head to the locker room and be one of the first ones to hit the shower.
4th and 1 from the 2. Mamie. Touchdown on 4th down. Richie Mamie goes in from 2 yards out, and it's now 40-7 in favor of Bellaire.
This town has been waiting almost a year to get Ironton in here. Here's the replay. Rich Mamie, Mr. Touchdown here at Bellaire. Another touchdown for Rich Mamie. As we said a couple of weeks ago right here at Nelson Field, he scored 6 touchdowns. And what a job by the coaching staff here from Bellaire. Magistro, Stoltz and crew, Mark Boner, all these guys came up with an excellent game plan. They had their kids ready. There was no complacency in this football team. The playoffs was already clinched. They wanted Ironton, and more importantly, they'll be looking ahead to Martins Ferry to try to get their final 10th win of the season. And now the fans continue to chant guarantee. And this place is starting to empty in front of us because most of the Ironton faithful have headed to the exits. There's the Bellaire crowd across the way. No football team in Bellaire history has finished the season at 10-0. They'll get that chance next week when Martins Ferry comes to town. If you recall, Martins Ferry knocked off Bellaire to end the season last year.
It's 41-7 with 7 minutes and 22 seconds left to go, and there's Coach Lutz. And yeah, you talked to him earlier this week, Gino, and when you asked him about that guarantee, he said, you know, my coaching staff nor my players, we have not said guarantee. We know it's going to be a tough battle having to go up to Bellaire, and I think he's found out today how tough of a battle he actually is in.
Well, nobody on that sideline hurts right now more than Coach Bob Lutz. I mean, he's such a fiery competitor, and what a job he's done. He came into this game 235-31 his overall record. Ironton with well over 500 wins in their school history, but Coach Lutz, he'll be back, and so will his Fighting Tigers. Mike Anthony, what do you have for us?
I'm with B.B. Marinacci on the sidelines, the head softball coach, and just does about everything for this Bellaire club. He was down here early this morning. At what time?
6 o'clock.
And getting the field ready. There were some puddles on it, and used some of the corn cob on the field. It looks really good condition, and it really held up well today.
Yes, there's a lot of people down here helping the superintendent, athletic director, a lot of people to try to get it ready.
Was it all worth it getting up at 5 in the morning getting down here?
Yes, sir. It's worth it any time we can have a big win like this for the Ohio Valley.
All right, congratulations and a great job, B.B. Marinacci of Bellaire. Back to you guys.
And Mike Anthony, he said it correctly, a big win for the Ohio Valley. Not only for the town of Bellaire and the great student athletes they have here at Bellaire, but it's a great victory for the OVAC.
So Ironton will take over now, first down and 10, and they'll make some changes also. They have a new quarterback now in. It's number 82, Craig Harvey. And on their first down play, the Bellaire defense all over it. They'll lose a couple of yards.
The Bellaire starters, most of those starters are out of the football game. I do see Benny Taylor still in there, but most of the Bellaire defense as well is out of there. Timberlake still stays in, but he's really a safety plug back there at safety. And I tell you what, here's Jason Myers coming off the field, number 78 for Bellaire. What a game he had.
Yep.
Vinci, and the first man to grab Myers off the field was Coach Bruce Stoltz. What a day for Mr. Myers, Seacrest, Vinci, Brem, all of those guys, Josh Weber. To me, they get my game ball, Scott.
They did a great job today. We mentioned that would be the main part of today's ball game. Could they control that line of scrimmage? And yes, they have today. Handoff given to Steve Adams, who's new in the ball game at the halfback position. He gets up to about the 40-yard line.
It's funny seeing a quarterback wearing the number 82.
Yeah. It's Craig Harvey is who it is. He is listed in their program as a quarterback, but as you mentioned, that is a strange number, and that is his offensive position listed in the program as quarterback. His defensive position is a safety. So it's now 3rd down and 5 for Ironton. And in the backfield, once again, that's Adams, and he'll have enough yardage for the first down. Let's go down to Mike Anthony, who has one of those top athletes for Bellaire, Jose Davis. Mike.
Gino, you gave your game ball to the offensive line. Yeah, much deserve it, but I'll give mine to my main man right here, Jose Davis. An incredible job today. You pumped these guys up all afternoon long. Incredible job.
Thanks a lot. But the game ball does go to the offensive line. They did a hell of a job.
And you really came out smoking, throwing the ball. You scored in your first possession of the game. Of course, Coach Magistro had you fired up all week. You went into halftime with the lead, scored in your first possession of the second half. What's he tell you guys?
Like before whenever we was watching film this week, we knew that they haven't faced like pass all year long. So that was our game plan to come through, and it came through.
Ironton, welcome to Bellaire, right?
That's it, right there.
Mike Anthony, can you hear me?
I hear you. Gino wants to ask you a question, host.
Mike, can you ask him how special of a win this is? Can he rank this win up there with all the great wins in Bellaire history?
Yeah, this is a very special win for you, I'm sure. Can you rank this one up there with one of your special? You play so many sports. Is this one of your biggest wins ever in Bellaire?
Biggest in my whole career in anything. In any sport at all. It's my biggest in my whole career.
I have a feeling there's going to be plenty more big nights for this guy, Jose Davis. Over 250 yards going into the 4th. We'll get some final numbers here shortly, but a great day for Jose Davis in Bellaire. Another win, and a big one next week against Ferry. You got one more, you were telling your buddies, right?
Yeah, we got one more, and refuse to lose. That's our motto for this week, refuse to lose.
The Mariners and the Big Reds refuse to lose down here on the sidelines. Hey, back to you guys, Scott Gino.
And send Jose our congratulations on another fine effort, Mike, from the guys up here in the booth. And let's hope that the Big Reds do a little bit better than the Mariners did when they refused to lose, and I think they will do a little bit better than Seattle did. But that's a great motto to have, refuse to lose. But Bellaire can't look past that Martins Ferry football team, because last year they were the team, of course, that did put a dent into that undefeated opportunity, and that'll be another big one next week between these two rivals.
And something tells me that Bellaire will remember that loss to Ferry last week.
Yeah.
Chris Kanicki, our cameraman on the sideline by Ironton's bench, had a great shot of the Ironton starting lineups down here. It looks like he had number 88. We mentioned Troy Sands, a great football player for Ironton, number 88. And they're a dejected football team. Looks like Sands, he's a leader in this football team. He's telling these guys, hey, remember this loss. Yes, it hurts right now, but let's remember this loss. Our season's not over. And Sands, who's being heavily recruited by Ohio State, and I was told earlier that Jose Davis, who also is being recruited by Ohio State, someone told me from Bellaire that they don't think he's going to go to Ohio State, but it wasn't a bad afternoon for Mr. Sands. He played a heck of a game, but nonetheless, he was lost in the dust of Jose Davis.
Under 4 minutes to play in our ball game here this afternoon, and back to pass. That, of course, is Harvey, who gets it out to his man this time. Pass caught by Steve Shelton, who's done the kicking this afternoon for the Tigers. And Shelton on 3rd down gets up to about the 40-yard line, and on the 4th down play, I think they're just going to go ahead and go for it with under 4 minutes to go here. Doesn't appear that they're going to send in the punt team.
How special is it for these Bellaire reserves to get into a football game of this magnitude? You know, all week long, all season long, it's the reserves that make the first teamers better players. And they're getting a chance right now to play in front of a huge crowd that, you know, may be exiting right now, but they're getting a chance to play in a big game.
And they are going to punt. High snap. The punt is away and goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Punt off the foot that time of Rick Freeman, and he did a good job to just get the punt away, as he was also being pressured after the high snap back. So there's 3 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in this afternoon's ball game here from Nelson Field. 41-7 is our score. There's your high snap, and you see he was knocked over, but no penalty.
I don't think it really matters right now.
No.
3 minutes to go here, three
Not
and
going
some
to change
change.
the game.
41-7. Now, we knew Bellaire had a special team, and we knew coming into this game that Ironton, with that great tradition, 15 playoff appearances dating back to when the Ohio playoffs were instituted back in 1972. They played for 7 state titles, winning 2 of those state titles, all of those in Ohio Division III. They're now Ohio Division IV, and they've been rudely
welcomed,
smacked
I guess, here
off
this
and
afternoon.
welcomed by the Bellaire Big Reds. And I tell you what, you know, we knew about Bellaire, we knew about Ironton, but I don't think we knew this game would be a blowout.
And as we've been mentioning, this is such a huge win for not only Bellaire, but also for the Ohio Valley Athletic Conference itself. because so much is stated about this, Ohio football and the teams like an Ironton and things like that, and from the league that they play in. And this just goes to show how strong of a football program that we have here in the Ohio Valley in Bellaire, and how strong Ohio Valley football actually is. And off to Timmy Marling, who's now into the ball game for the Bellaire Big Reds. And as we mentioned, a lot of the reserves offensively and defensively now getting a chance to shine here in this big win.
And what a way to end our doubleheader of high school football action. Of course, earlier we had Wheeling Central and Lindsley. Now we end it with just a great win. And it was nice to see this week that John Magistro, the head coach of Bellaire, you made the mention, and we talked about it earlier, how it's a great win for the Valley. Magistro told us that it would be a great day for Bellaire football, but also a great day for Ohio Valley football. So John Magistro, what can you say about him? He does such a great job, he and his coaching staff, but he also knows when to put things in perspective. And I know next week they're really going to be up again, because they have a chance for the first time in their great football history here in the All-American town to go 10-0, and they'll have to get by their arch rival, Martins Ferry. And don't think for 1 minute that Martins Ferry didn't watch this football game today. That is always a huge battle.
Timmy Marling was just shy of the first down, so they give it to him again on third down, and Marling spins away from tacklers and gets down to the 45-yard line. That's good enough for a first down, and it doesn't matter who they hand the ball off to in that backfield. It seems as if they pick up 5 yards or so every time they carry it, including Timmy Marling. Under 2 minutes left to play here from Nelson Field. 1:50 left on a turning clock. Bellaire with first down and 10 on the Ironton 45-yard line. And not to say they would be trying to run up the score or anything like that, but don't think that these young men who are out there right now wouldn't mind putting another touchdown on the scoreboard themselves. Inside handoff give it this time to Jimmy Preston, and Preston will gain about 2 yards on the in-tight carry, and it'll be second down and about 8 now for Bellaire.
I don't know about you, Scott, but I tell you what, I've been waiting all summer for this football game, and I just really wanted to see a great football game. I'm very, very elated that it's been a blowout win for Bellaire. Mike Anthony, what do you have for us?
Ryan Seacrest, great job today on the offensive and defensive lines. Bellaire played a super job. Gino Startari gave you guys the game ball. Incredible job making some big holes for those guys.
Thanks. We just go out and try to block our hardest every game, see what happens.
I noticed you guys come off the field, on and off the field, saying, you're sort of yelling at each other, hammering each other. You guys are all buddies. You can do that, and you guys just pick it up every time.
Yeah, that's the main thing. We all stick together. We know how to get each other going, and we go out and just do what we can every week.
Jose told me refuse to lose. Is that your motto?
Yes, sir.
One more game right against Ferry?
One more, and then 4 to go to state championship.
I hear you. We're with you all the way, buddy. Good job. Congratulations today. Do you know Scott?
And Scott, yes. With a name like Bubba, how could he not be a good football player? Bubba Seacrest, way to go.
On third down, Bellaire with the handoff inside, and that should be our final play here this afternoon from Nelson Field. It'll be fourth down, clock at 15 seconds and turning, and yes, that will be it. The fans that are left here at Nelson Field on their feet as the clock winds down. 3, 2, 1, and there it is. 9-0 Bellaire with a huge win today, 41-7 over Ohio Power Ironton here at Nelson Field. And Bellaire now within one victory of their first ever 10-0 season in school history, as they are on a mission, folks, to try and bring a state title in Division IV football in Ohio back here to the All-American town of Bellaire. And this, a great step on their path towards that state championship.
And take notice, Ohio Division IV opponents, Bellaire may be the team to beat. May be the team to beat. 41-7, I'll tell you what, I think the Bellaire fans will tell me they are the team to beat, but certainly a huge win. 41-7, who would have thought?
And are these Bellaire fans ever satisfied? They're already yelling, "We won Ferry, we won Ferry." So they are looking ahead to next week. And of course, I think they also recall, Gino, that loss a year ago up at Purple Riders Stadium to the Martins Ferry Purple Riders that put a dent in their season. We'll take a break, back with more post-game festivities right after this. You've been watching the News Channel 7 Game of the Week. That state title home, but not only that, to try and finish this season at 10-0, took a huge step today, knocking off Ironton 41-7. And right now, Mike Anthony is down on the field with the victorious head coach, John Magistro. Let's go down to Mike Anthony and Coach John Magistro. Mike.
thanks, Scott. With the victorious coach, John Magistro, another one. Your team played outstanding today. You came out and scored and pushed them at it at will and just kept pouring the pressure on.
Sure did, and guys like Dusty and all them, these kids did a heck of a job, and they have stepped it up every week, and Ironton is a perennial power, and I think the scoreboard says it all. I've never seen a performance on this field for as long as I've been watching football, and like I said, they deserve a lot of credit, and our coaching staff, I'm a lucky guy.
Boy, did your offensive coordinator see something up top or what? How many times did we see Davis to Kinder across the middle? It was open continuously, and he just kept catching and eating them up all day with it.
Well, we work hard at it. He knows how to get open. He's not one of those tight ends that just runs out there and grabs the ball. Dusty knows how to get open, and we see it upstairs in the box, and Jose can get it to him, and our offensive line did a good job protecting.
Your offensive line, we spoke about it yesterday and joked about it, about their big line and your big line, and I gave the nod to you yesterday. I think you'll give the nod to yourself today with your offensive line. Incredible job for those big guys up front.
Yeah, you're right, and they've been consistent all year, and that's where you win football games, and they've been consistent all year, and I can't say enough about them.
Mike Anthony, can you hear me?
Okay, Gino has a question for you, Coach.
Maybe ask Coach Magistro. Obviously, this is one of the biggest wins in his career, but how does he guard against complacency? He has his arch rival, Martins Ferry, coming to town here next week. Is his team focused enough to keep this thing going?
Gino wants to know how focused your team's going to be. You're going to guard from complacency with Martins Ferry coming in.
Tell Gino, I promise him, we will be focused, and we won't be looking any further ahead. We want a 10-0 season, and I don't care what it is. We just want to line up here. Our next opponent, whoever it is, we're going to win. That's all.
Quickly, I know you want to get in the locker room. Did you expect this today?
Oh, no. Jeez, no, I didn't expect this. They're a good football team, and they can throw the ball well and do a lot of things. But these guys, like I said, who knows? They stepped it up one more notch, and if they can step it up another notch, then we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Congratulations. Good luck. Go get in that locker room with those guys. Talk to Dusty Kinder real quickly right here. How many times did Jose hit you over the middle today with that quick dump? Probably more than you've hit all year with that one.
Yeah. They're just, the linebackers are coming. Got to give credit to the line for blocking. Jose just put it where it needed to be, and it was just my job to catch it.
Was this one of the biggest wins for you in Bellaire history in your career here?
Definitely. This is just a great emotional burst for us, and a win, and just ready for Ferry now.
Yeah, Jose says refuse to lose. Is that your motto here this week?
That's it. We refuse to lose, and Ferry, you better be ready. I mean, that's all there is to say.
All right, Dusty Kinder, tight end for Bellaire. Another great job today. Another big win for you guys. Go celebrate with those guys in there, okay? Gino, Scott, back to you guys.
Okay, Mike, great job on the sidelines once again today, and 41-7 once again our final score. And you heard Coach John Magistro say it, Gino. He guarantees you that his team will be ready next week when they have to. He didn't guarantee a win, but he said they will be ready next week when they have to take on Martins Ferry.
Let's make sure we qualify that statement. We don't have Coach Magistro being inundated with phone calls.
He just said they will be ready.
They
he will be sure
focused.
that they will be focused.
And they have been focused this year, Scott. We talked about their Murderers Row schedule, taking on Lindsley, Steubenville Central. You know, they take on Ironton. Now they have to take on their arch rival Martins Ferry. We've seen in the past, and you know it's cliche. You throw the record books out in that game. Obviously, Bellaire thinks they have something to prove against Ferry. They lost. A lot of these kids lost to Martins Ferry a year ago, but I tell you what, Bellaire is a focused football team. They showed it all year.
And next week is not only big for Bellaire to go 10-0, but it's also big for Martins Ferry. They want to qualify for the playoffs, so they're going to have everything on the line for themselves next week also. As we mentioned, Bellaire's already in the playoffs. They're already going to go to Ohio playoff action this year, but they want that 10-0. Ferry wants to go to the playoffs, and to get there, they're probably going to have to beat Bellaire.
Excellent point, Scott. They will have to beat Bellaire. Ferry loses next week, they can kiss their playoff hopes goodbye. Martins Ferry needs a win next week if they want to go to the playoffs. And what a job Dave Bruni has done at Martins Ferry. No one really talked about his team being in the playoffs this year. He wanted to be competitive. He wanted to get kids some valuable playing experience. He did that this year. But they're really about a year away, but they think if they can beat Bellaire, and they know it, they beat Bellaire next week here at Nelson Field, they will go to the playoffs. So we'll have not only Bellaire go in the playoffs, we'll also have Martins Ferry. But a great job by Martins Ferry, Dave Bruni and crew. And believe me, his Purple Riders will put on a decent show. They'll show up for that game, and they're a well-coached football team.
They had a big win on Friday night over Barnesville out in Shamrock Land. Nate Jackson, once again, a talented athlete. And next week, you're going to have a chance to see two very talented quarterbacks, and Nate Jackson and also Jose Davis, a couple of quarterbacks really with skills that are almost similar. Maybe you give the nod to Davis with the stronger arm, but really both quarterbacks can run the football very effectively.
And both quarterbacks create the big plays because they have such great athleticism. Nate Jackson, a three-sport star. Jose Davis, we know he's such a great basketball player. But I tell you what, just great athleticism, and they're really fun to watch. And either quarterback, they can run, they can pass. But the thing that what makes them such great players is because they come up with the big plays, game in and game out. And Jackson and Davis, you can't get any better quarterback matchup than that. What a great game that will be next week. And when you throw in a rivalry there, I mean, you throw off playoff implications. What a matchup we have here next week at Nelson Field.
And, we don't want to dwell on this, and I don't want to either, but the town and city of Bellaire have gone through so many rough things recently, and we all know they've been in the news. But as we mentioned, this football team gives this town an opportunity to have something positive to rally around. And you're 9-0 now, and what a huge win today. And the spirit of this community just has to be riding so high now after this big-time win here today over Ironton.
And there's a shot of the All-American town there. You hear the bell ringing in the background. Every time they win a football game here at Nelson Field, you hear the ringing of the bell. There's the bell. And I'll tell you what, we made mention on my high school football preview back in August. I like to label the Bellaire Big Reds as the Aliquippa of Ohio. Aliquippa, for you football fans that are familiar with WPIAL football, Aliquippa is a tough town, a tough steel mill town, a town that's gone through a lot of adversity with steel mills closing. Mike Ditka, Tony Dorsett coming from those, well, it's Dorsett now, coming from the Aliquippa area. They are a hard-nosed football team, a hard-nosed football town. A lot of times kids that will, and Coach Magistro has made this comment before, he's had players on these teams over the years. They have a better life sometimes playing football. This is their time to shine in their young careers coming to the football field and winning. It gives them a lot of courage. It gives them a lot of desire to do the right thing. And I tell you what, such a great town here, the All-American town. And it's great to see a town like Bellaire with a lot of tradition here, winning football games. And like we said, next week, their first time to get a shot at a 10-0 season. And they've never had a 10-0, lots of 9-1s, lots of 8-2s. But Bellaire will go for their 10th win in a great season. I think, Mike Anthony, you're downstairs. You have Jose Davis's father. What do you have for us?
This is Tupi Davis, affectionately known as Jose's father. A great job today by Jose. And as we were just talking, they answered some big questions today, didn't they, the Bellaire team?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They beat a very, very good team. Very good team.
An incredible job by the defense of Bellaire today. I know you like to watch the offense with Jose, but what an incredible job of that defense, huh?
People talk about our defense, but our defense is a lot better than people think. Our coaches do a great job with them, and they rise to the occasion when they have to.
One proud papa right here, Tupi Davis, and back to you guys. Thanks.
Okay, Mike, thanks. And he should be a proud papa. His son is a fantastic athlete, and, what a great day of high school football here at Nelson Field in Bellaire, and so many people turned out for this. We mentioned the stadium holds about 6,500. It was an overflow crowd here today, standing room only all around the stadium, and there's some future Big Reds right there ringing that bell, and they're ringing it proudly here this afternoon after that big win.
That kid right there, number 7, is Brock Redmond. He is the nephew of Joey Galloway. Brock Redmond ringing the bell.
And he's got that number 7 on.
And remember that name, folks, Brock Redmond. This kid, I do believe he's only about 9 or 10 years old, but you'll hear that name, Brock Redmond, in the future, the nephew of Joey Galloway. There's a nice little shot of the house on the hill up there at Nelson
Beautiful
Field.
fall colors here in Bellaire, and what a beautiful win here today for the Bellaire Big Reds. They are now 9-0 here. They'll go for that perfect regular season next week against the Purple Riders of Martins Ferry.
We also want to probably thank the crew here today. A doubleheader of action for you here. Earlier you saw Wheeling Central and Lindsley. Our nightcap here with Ironton and Bellaire, but our director, Vernon Lawyer, Grant Fletcher, the guys on the sidelines, Chris Kanicki. How many more names we have here?
Jerry Case on the sideline, AJ up top on one of the cameras, Darnell in the booth here with us. Yeah, Darnell standing right here in the middle of us. He had to put up with us all day. Bud Gilson, of course, in the truck. Tom Alietta, Jeff Hayback, also. Who else are we forgetting? Yeah, Jim Abraham, Paulie Donahue, and John Brooks also. And don't forget, of course, Dave Hawley, our sports intern, who does a great job for us. And, of course, Chief Engineer Joe Dumas, who helped set all this stuff up. And another great job done by all the guys on the News Channel 7 staff again.
And I know our chief engineer, Jumpin' Joe Dumas, is very ecstatic about this win. Joe Dumas lives in Bellaire. He's from the All-American town. I know Joe's happy. And really, the whole Ohio Valley should be happy for Bellaire. 41-7 over Ironton. It was a great one to call, Scott.
Yeah, I had fun today, and this is one not only that everybody's been looking forward to, but we have too, not only from the standpoint of just getting to watch it, but to have the opportunity, folks, to bring it to you, and we were proud and pleased.
To end a 6